it's Sarah Bakri, and you are watching She's All That, the online show that celebrates, inspire, and empower women. My name's Sarah. I run a company called Best Events Productions, and together with my team, we create innovative events and provide platforms that connect businesses to people for the greater good. Welcome to the first episode. We are so happy to have you here. I'd love to introduce our guest for today. We have Isabel Mashola. Hi, Isabel.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm great. I hope you're great also.
Yes, I'm
Isabel,
fine.
Isabel Mashola is the CEO and co-founder of Isahit, a socially oriented platform that gives digital work to women to help them achieve a project of life such as starting or continuing their education or becoming an entrepreneur. So Isabel, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being our first guest.
Wow, what
Yes,
honor.
yes, it is. You're the pioneer of She's All That. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about Isahit that you founded in 2017. So,
Yes.
what's your story? What motivated you to start it? Because I know you have a an impressive background. You've done a lot, but you started Isahit yourself. So, how did you start?
Yeah, I mean, I always been a very strong supporter of women entire my life. I'm an engineer, and unfortunately, when I graduated 30 years ago, there were not so many women,
Okay.
like 15%,
Mm.
and so I was part of an association that was helping women in Africa.
All right.
Burkina Faso and Cameroon, and we were providing them materials so they can become entrepreneurs. And it's during one of these trips that I realized that to give is great when you have nothing, but
Yeah.
what makes you as an individual in life is work. And that's why we created this socially oriented platform that takes digital project from companies and divides this project into microtasks and gives to women. Because you got to know that in the world today, there are 2 billion people living under the poverty threshold, which is $2 a day. And among those 2 billion people, 70% are women. And I think digital is a great way for the woman to be socially and financially independent because she can organize her day. I mean, she can work from home at any time, so that's great.
Every day you wake up and then you start your day, you start contributing to the world, you start doing this. What's your motivation? What's the bigger goal that you're working towards? What motivates you?
So what motivates me is to provide equity and chance to everyone. You mentioned my career. I have a long career. I was working in American corporations, in various companies. I was in the IT industry. And at a certain time in my business life, I had somebody who helped me. Of course, I took the chance, but somebody helped me. I want to give it back. I want to help. And sometimes you're great, you have a lot of competency, but what is missing in you is your confidence. And once you have your confidence, you can do a lot of great things. And by giving this work through the women, and we have a huge community today, we have more than 1,000 women across 3 continents, Africa, Asia, and South America, among 26 countries. Those women can discuss and share together. And having confidence make them in a mode that, okay, I want to realize my project of life. I want to continue my education. Yes, I want to be engaged. And that's really my motivation when I wake up in the morning and I talk to those women that I see they're really, so I want to give my hands. And we are aligned on 2 ODDs, the objectives. Yep. 1 is no poverty, and 8 is decent work to everyone, including women.
So I think what you're doing is amazing. That is true. Instead of just helping them one time, giving them help, one aid, when you give them work, then they get the self-confidence, they can provide to the whole family.
Yeah, exactly. And to be able to, once is to talk about it, but another thing is to measure it. And part of our DNA at Isahit is we have an external company that every year is using SROI, Social Return on Investment methodology, to analyze the impact of giving work. And 4 impacts have been measured. We talked about it. Number one is women empowerment. Education, they can continue their education with this aid. They become digital native. They know how to work in the digital world, and being able to work in the digital world is not only to have a smartphone, it's more than that. And the fourth impact, which is measured over the last 2 years, is with the competency they have acquired at EZ8, they find a job. And why do they find a job? Is because they have all those confidence and competencies they acquire to fly by themselves, and that's really motivating.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you work with your team, a huge team. How do you motivate your team as a leader of the company? So why don't you share with us, how do you motivate your team? How do you stay on the same goal?
So it's a good question. For me, motivation comes from engagement. And engagement comes from, I know what I'm doing and what is the purpose and what the impact of what I'm doing. That's number one. So the people that are working with us, they are joined EZ8 because they like the technology, but they also want to kind of impact the world. That's number one. We build EZ8 with some core values, which are honesty, transparency, listening. And I think in the business world, we are not an NGO. We have customers. We need to provide quality. It's a tough world, but I think things can be done in a nice and respectful way. And when you respect the people, they respect you. And so I'm very proud of this strong team that are very engaged to work towards our goals. And as you know, like everybody else in the world, in France, we are locked down for the last 2 months, so everybody is working from home. And I'm amazed to see the engagement of the team, even working from home, to continue their objectives. They are even working harder than it was before. And so, because we have built those core values that everybody is attached to.
What are your plans for EZ8 for Southeast Asia? Who are you looking to connect with?
So, today we have 3 continents. So we have Africa, this is where we started, and this is the majority of our women. Then we started to open in Philippines, in Asia, and then, as I said, South America. Our plans is to cut who is the EZ8 population. It's a student, or it's an entrepreneur who is starting a business and needs some cash, because we know when you start a business, we need some cash to develop the company, and or you are a person who is by yourself, you're trying to juggle a lot of things at the same time. Unfortunately, potentially you have kids with no dad, no family, and you got a jungle with everything. And we all know that a woman has multiple days into a day.
True.
And so these are the targeted women. You join EZ8 as a complementary revenue. You cannot work more than 100 hours a month.
Okay.
And the duration of your life at EZ8 is 2.5 years. Because we are saying that your ultimate goal is not to do microtasks. Your ultimate goal is to gain education, is to gain confidence, and launch your business or start a job. But as the community is strong, we decided a month ago to build another community called EZ8 Alumni. This is all the ex-EZ8 people. They are now in the community where we're trying to help them after they left EZ8. So, for example, you develop your business, e-commerce or selling clothes. What we do is we use the power of our social network to promote what you have done. So we are exposing ex-EZ8 hitters to our entire social network to help them to develop their business. And so the story continues.
Yes, because so EZ8 is the place where they learn before they launch whatever they want to do. Either it's a business or just getting a job, whatever that they want to do. So the alumni group I think that would really help them, right?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. As I said, you got to learn the basic education, but what is critical is to get the methodology, the confidence, because you know that when you start a work, either individual or in a company, you got to learn those soft skills. You got to be
Yes.
really. And what they tell us is that what I learned is that well, I got a project to deliver. My project manager is telling me you got to do that. So I am committed and I'm providing the commitment. And when it was last week, somebody told me with his aid, I learned how to follow the right way. When I hear that, it really makes me a great pleasure.
Yeah, that's amazing. So now I have some random questions because the show is about women and you're a woman.
Okay.
And we want to know more about you. So I
Okay.
just have some random questions. What is the most unusual fear that you have? What are you afraid of? But it's a bit weird.
Uh, what I'm afraid of is maybe not to achieve this objective of his aid completely. My dream
Mm,
is to give to 10,000 women. Today we have 1,000, so I have to increase. But to do that, I need to have more clients, so
yep.
who give me work, of course. And I really want to make sure that I don't left people over. And
Yep.
when you join Isaït, you come with a project, you come with a test, and it's like a recruitment. And sometimes we say, no, you're not the profile we're looking for, but maybe we make a mistake. That's my fear, but it's human, so nobody is perfect.
Yeah, it's okay. You reach 1,000, you'll get the 10,000. I'm confident you will. What is special about the place that you grew up? So where did you grow up and what's special about it?
So I grew up in a small city close to Paris. In fact, it touched Paris.
Okay.
And what is special is that it's a very small town. It has today 20,000 people, so it's not a lot. It's not a big city.
All
But what
right.
is special is that we are close to wood. So it's really nice because on the right side you have Paris, the capital of France,
City. Yep.
and then on the left side you have the wood. And so as a kid, and even now as a non-kid, but I have a dog, I just cross the street and I am in the nature. And I
Yeah.
think that was really nice for me because I like the city, but I also like the nature. I like to look at the tree. I like to
Yeah.
hear the birds, and that is possible where I live. So
Yeah. So
I am very
you got the best of both worlds, and I would say.
exactly. So I'm very lucky. Yeah.
Where would you spend all your time if you could?
Haha. So today, my aspiration is I need more nature. I need
Mm-hmm.
more to see the sea. And so I have an apartment in Corsica. So Corsica is an island in the south of France.
All right.
And so my dream is to do half-half. Half in Corsica, because I can work remotely, and
Yep.
half in
Yep.
Paris.
Yep.
So
And
that's my dream.
that's your dream. But so far, what's the ratio? Is it half-half or is it
No.
80-20? No.
So unfortunately, with the lockdown, I was supposed to be there end of May, but it didn't happen. Not sure when I will be able to get out of France because right now it's the lockdown has evolved, but still I cannot go over 100 kilometers from my home. So now the ratio is more like 1 month and a half in Corsica and the rest in Paris. But I also want to travel. I've always been traveling a lot for professional, but also personal. And I love Asia. I love the spirit. I love the coolness of the continent. I spent a lot of time in Asia. In fact, a lot of people ask me at the beginning, when did you start in Africa? Because you've never been in Africa as a personal traveler.
Okay.
And that's true because I've been a lot in America as I work was for American Corporation. I traveled a lot in Asia for personal reasons and a bit for professional, but Africa not. But I really love the continent. I don't know, it's like something
Something
the
magical?
mood. Yeah, it's a bit magical. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, you could have been there, but because of the lockdown, then you got stuck
I
there.
would have loved to. I would have loved to. Yeah.
Okay. What is the luckiest thing that has ever happened to you?
I had a lot, I have to say, but maybe the luckiest things happened to me. I mentioned it earlier. I was lucky through my entire life to have somebody who gave me a hand. And I don't know, it's just like I was really lucky to, when I didn't know where to go, somebody kind of showed me and I took the risk maybe, and I did it. And so I I have the feeling that I have a little angel above me,
Yep.
guiding me to the right direction. I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. No one moves in their life without anyone's help. No one can say, "Oh, I made it here by myself." That's not true. That's not true. People have been helping you, and that's how the society
Yeah,
works. We help
yeah,
each other.
yeah.
Okay, now we've reached the it's not the end yet, but because you explained about ISAHID, now people has heard about it, people know more about you. How can our viewers connect with you if they want to become a hitter or if they want to know more about ISAHID? How can they connect with you? Where can they connect
Okay.
with you?
So if they want to work for ISAID on the website, so www.isaid.com, it's in English and in French. Maybe there is another one. I think it's in English. And so there is a little button at the top of the website where it says how to become a hitter. And so you click on it and you have a procedure to follow. The first one is being a test. It's in English. And so once you pass the test, you got to provide a little video, 1 minute, to express your motivation and why, which project you have that ISAID can help you. And you go through the process. When you are validated, you are becoming an official hitter. You bring it into the community. So we do welcome and with the other women. You need to have legal papers. So you got to be legal to work in your country. So if it's 18 or 21, doesn't matter. You need to have papers. This is very important for us. We really want to get women out of the informal sector.
Okay.
So as a legal French company, it's critical for us when we pay the woman, we pay them in a legal way. And so that there are no discussion about it. And then you are coming into the platform and you see the type of project that are running on the platform, and you decide the one you want, and you discuss with the community, and that's it.
What was the time for a game?
Yeah.
Are you excited or scared?
Yes, both.
Okay, so we're gonna play Burning Questions. It's easy. So I'm gonna read a question, and you're gonna have to answer the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
So you don't have to be fast, but it has to be honest. So whatever that comes to mind, the first thing. All right.
Okay.
The first question. What is the most rebellious thing that you ever done as a teenager?
What is the most? Say that again. The word.
What is the most rebellious? Rebel.
I think it's to steal fruits in the garden of somebody, and I know that I was not supposed to do it.
Stole food. Okay. Okay, there wasn't food at your house.
I don't know. When you're a teenager, sometimes you do things you don't know why you do things.
That's true. What is the most useless talent that you have?
Useless talent. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe being stubborn. I think it's a talent to be stubborn because
Yeah.
you achieve it, but maybe it's not useless. It's not useful.
Maybe
Maybe you annoy people by being. I don't know.
maybe sometimes it's useless. Sometimes most times it's useful. Okay.
Yeah.
What is physically the most scariest thing that you've done?
Physically, I think it was. I think I was 25, and I was climbing a mountain,
Okay.
and we were not really with rope,
Okay.
and I didn't have the right shoes. And thinking back, I could have fallen, but we were like old friends, and we were walking, and yeah, I mean, it could have been a bad adventure, but it was a nice one. But I didn't realize
At that time.
At that time, yeah.
So
I think
you
I was a
went
bit like that.
mountain climbing
Exactly, yeah.
with no rope and not even proper shoes.
No proper shoes, no rope, no really nice conditions. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, name 3 things in your bedside table.
My radio, my glasses, unfortunately.
Me too.
And earplug, because my friend is snoring. I need to be quiet.
That's so thoughtful of you. So you just wear the earplugs. Okay. Which part of your body is your favorite?
I think it's my legs.
Okay. Well, Isabel, we have reached the end of our interview or our chat. Thank you so much for being on the show.
You're welcome. Thanks for having invited me and have the opportunity to present Isaïd on this great continent that I hope I will have a lot of ladies joining us and becoming part of our multicultural community.
Yes, I mean, I love Isahit and everything that it does, which is why also we choose to interview you. We love Isahit. Thank you so much for being on the show again. Thank you. All right, so after this, we're going to end the show, and I will be playing a teaser for the next episode. And also after this short teaser, we'll be also playing our closing act. So we have a special performance. And that's it. And
okay, great.
Thanks, Isabel. Thank you for our viewers. Thank you for watching the show. Catch you next week.
And do it. Don't use your brains. I mean, your mind. Don't think about the money. Because if you do something because of money, you will never do it. And if you do it because you want to make money, you're not going to do it. Because if you do something because you love it, the money will just come to you. And
अशी सुंदर साज सजबुड नजर जो तेरी लागी मैं दीवानी हो गई दीवानी हाँ दीवानी दीवानी हो गई मशहूर मेरे इश्क की कहानी हो गई जो जग ने न मानी तो मैंने बिठाई कहा थी मैं देखो कहाँ चली आई कहते हैं ये दीवानी मस्तानी